Hey, how's it going, everyone? Today's the 60th anniversary of Gamera. It's also Thanksgiving, Turkey Day. It's also Giant Turtle Day, so let's get into it. Gamera is a kaiju from the 60s, so he was, of course, woken up by what else? An atomic bomb. The series is heavily influenced by Godzilla and the Birds, believe it or not. Originally, they were starting a movie called Nezura, but it was shut down because of the use of multiple live rats. So Gamera was created to replace Nezura. This is another low-budget movie. They used old props, old costumes, make it as cheap as possible. Many of the Showa era Godzilla movies suffered from this, as I've gone over before. The movie would finally come out in 1965 and the US release in 1966. This was also the final kaiju movie shot in black and white. They saw it was very fitting for it being a B-style movie. Gamera was seen as the antagonist in this movie and the only monster, which is not usually how the Gamera movies would go in the future. But let's get into the movie itself. The movie begins in the Arctic, where an aircraft is shot down. The explosion wakes up a giant prehistoric turtle. The local people tell him the creature's name is Gamera. Soon after, there's reports of flying saucers. They don't know what it is. You know, it's always aliens in these movies. Just kidding. That's just how Gamera gets around. Gamera destroys a lighthouse. A kid falls, but he catches the child. It sets the groundwork for him to be the protector of the earth and the hero for children. The kid had a pet turtle, which he was super attached to, that went missing. He believes Gamera might be the same turtle. Gamera just needs energy. He's hungry from hibernating for however long he's been. He goes after a geothermal plant. They think he wants to find like nukes and absorb them to consume them and power up. So Gamera attacks a geothermal plant and devours the flames around it. There's a pretty cool scene when he's destroying stuff and he breathes fire. For being a low budget, there's some really good shots in this one. The people are starting to think that Gamera might not necessarily be a destructive force, but maybe he's, just hungry. The damage is collateral damage for his meal, I guess. They try a bunch of different things on him. They go from plan A to Z, essentially. They originally figure they can knock him over, but turns out that he's got jets and can fly, so that ruins that plan. Plan Z is the way to go. Plan Z is pretty hilarious. They decide they're just going to blast him to Mars and let the Martians deal with him, I guess. They do finally get Gamera where they need him to be. They capture him in this capsule, shoot him right to Mars, and the kid wants to become an astronaut to see Gamera one day. Really curious to watch the sequels now to see how he comes back and if they just skip over this or what they do. I have no idea, so kind of excited to see what that is. And it will continue these after Godzilla-thon. Speaking of Godzilla, I don't think this movie's as good as the original Godzilla, but I think it's a great kaiju entry. It's nothing amazing, doesn't do anything groundbreaking, but you can see why people love the character, and it's got good effects for what they worked with, and the suit seemed like it's probably tough to work with, but it's pretty impressive how they made it seem like lifelike, and I think the black and white always adds a fun effect to these older kaiju movies. Gamera is also not meant to be as terrifying as Godzilla. I don't think they're too sure the direction they wanted to go with Gamera in this, and I think they really find their way in the other ones, I'm sure. I've seen one of the 90 Gamera movies. I'll definitely check these out once I'm done with Godzilla-thon, but 60 years to Gamera. Hopefully get something soon. With Legendary back, it'd be awesome to see a Godzilla and Gamera crossover. I'm sure they could bring creatures from both of them. Or maybe, just a Toho Godzilla Gamera crossover would be awesome. They have to do it at some point. You can have them cross over in Gigabash, which is pretty awesome. We'll be doing our live show, of course, Saturday. Make sure to like, subscribe if you caught this video, and let me know what you think of the original Gamera and your favorite Gamera movie below. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Thor out.